Hey guys, I'm Bella. I am the anchor for the Talon podcast. Woohoo! I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Lauren.
And...
I'm Eddie.
We are talking about milk and pizza. That's actually not the complete theme, but we have to start somewhere. So a couple days... a week ago, I posted a reel going around asking people on campus about whether or not they would drink milk with their pizza. How do you guys feel about that?
I am not part of the milk and pizza gang. I will say that right now. I am strictly either pizza or milk, not at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
That's correct.
I'm not mad at the
Get her
milk
out.
and the pizza. I think
Have you done it? Like, is it
No.
like your go-to? That's the question.
I haven't done it, but I could see that it would be a good.
Like appealing
Does
to
it,
someone?
Does
I
it raise
mean-
an eyebrow?
No, I think that it would be good. I'm open to trying it,
Okay. All right.
and I would
Fair
believe
take, fair
somebody if they liked it.
take. Cool.
I could see where they were coming from.
No.
I could.
Part of the 1% club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, more like the 0.5. That's crazy. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
can't be that bad.
So what brought about the question? Like that's what we're here for.
Okay, what brought about the question was a friend of mine happens to drink milk and pizza. But it was entertaining to me because I was like, is that just like a thing for them, or is that just like, is it a weird food combination, or, you know, is he just like mentally deranged? No. Just kidding. Anyways, so I just decided to like ask other people because I wanted to see if like people were actually willing to try something that sounded kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So kind of like a social experiment.
Definitely a social experiment of like who is willing to try something that sounds just like completely insane to me.
Yeah.
When for some people like
Completely insane.
yeah, utterly just insane. So, yeah, I think that was really entertaining to me. And I remember when we were filming the video, I was like, I know for a fact that there's going to be 3 people. One person's going to think we're crazy. One person's going to be like, yeah, I'm open to trying it. And the other
Yeah.
person's just going to be like, I don't know why you're asking me this question, but like, whatever.
And was that
Yeah.
the result?
That was the exact result. Like, we got just back to back. The people that I asked were like, oh, yeah, no, nah, or like, oh, maybe. And yeah, it was really entertaining. It was my I think it's probably up there with like the Eagle impression reel
Right.
for just asking people crazy questions.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Did
Yeah.
you know beforehand who was going to have the answer?
I didn't. I was talking to my cameraman and I was like, we got three options.
Yeah.
We got 3 options. And literally back to back to back, it was exact those things that I
Wow.
said. And it was so
Right.
entertaining.
Wow.
Yeah, the lactose intolerance one threw me off because I was like, man, I didn't even think of that, you know?
Yeah.
And but that is like it's important because you know people have dietary restrictions,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also like that's a lifelong thing that they have to live by.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we started to think about food options, what people eat, and you know how they grew up with it. So here we are. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the food.
True.
We've eaten, right?
Food. Love it. Can't complain. Unless you're eating it, you know, with like some weird drink. That's kind of crazy. But,
Yeah. So
you know.
on the subject of food, like we're big movie buffs here. So is there a movie that we can think of that involves food?
Ratatouille.
I was gonna say
I-
that Ratatouille.
Yeah, I literally watched Ratatouille the other day, and I think it was the first time I ever sat down and like just enjoyed the food aspect of it, because I love to be able to like see the movie as a whole and be like, oh my gosh, even just like the concept of the movie itself, like coming up with a rat who can cook because he has like such heightened smell, you know?
Yeah.
It's really entertaining, but when I watched it again, I like got to just like look at the food that they were making and kind of the recipes that they were doing, because I love to cook. I love to be able to just have like an aroma in my house of a well-made meal. And it's also just like a love language of mine, being able to like cook a meal for someone. So I was just so like intrigued by the movie, and I was like, wow. Then we got some fool over here who be drinking milk with his pizza. That's crazy. But, you know, I love that movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, I really like how like he sees colors because like for me, I mean like I love food and I love cooking, but like for music, that's where I start to see colors like that, where it's just like, oh, if I'm listening to a song, it sounds like really purple or blue.
Yeah.
So it's just really interesting how, especially food, really connects those senses together. So we'll talk about synesthesia.
Yeah. Because Lauren, you mentioned earlier about how you did, what was it, mustard and mac and cheese, and you said yellow and yellow.
Cheese. Yeah, it just makes sense. And so I put it together, and it was great. It was great. But the other day, I went to Starbucks, and I got recommended this drink from one of my friends. And so I tried it, and I was trying to explain to them that it tasted terrible. It was really bad. It was really bad. But, like, it smelled so good. So, but here's the thing. I couldn't physically smell it, but the taste of it reminded me of a smell, and it reminded me of my shampoo.
So wait. So
Does that make sense?
You smelled it and then tasted it through the smell?
No. She tasted it, and through the taste, she produced a smell.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it was so strong that it activated your senses,
the
your
sense of
smell.
smell.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Which is so crazy. I've totally had that like happen to me before. It's such a trip because you're like, this is not what this is.
Right.
But I'm smelling it or tasting it weird, and like it's just
So you didn't like drinking your shampoo?
Oh no, not at all.
Gosh.
And it happens a lot with like coconut or like strawberry things. Like it just reminds me of shampoo, and it's completely a no-go for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I love coconut.
It's a complete no-go.
So she completely glossed over the fact that she eats mustard with her mac and cheese. So I want to circle around back to that. So what inspired that combination? Because I've never, ever heard of that.
I just really like mustard.
Oh, okay.
I love mustard.
You just put mustard on everything? Like, let's try it.
Yeah.
Mustard and milk?
No, that one's far. But I've had mustard on like every single pasta you could think of.
What?
Mustard.
Really?
Yeah.
No. You know what my dad does?
What
He
does he
loves
do?
to do. We'll do like chicken tenders, and he loves to mix his mustard and his ketchup together. Sometimes he'll add a bit of spice.
That's
too.
normal. That's normal.
Okay. I think your concept of normal is different from my concept of normal, because that's crazy. Every time he does it, it makes me a little queasy. I'm like, why are you mixing two condiments together? That's kind of, I don't know, it's a little scary.
Wait, I have a question for you. Hold on. I have a question for you. Wait, when you have a meal, does your food touch or no?
Like my fries and my burger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get weirded out by that.
Okay.
You don't get weird
What about
about
you?
food touching? No. If
Okay.
anything, I mix everything together.
you?
Like, I'll like take apart my burger and then just throw it on my fries and then just mix it.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No. Wait.
But I like carne asada fries. Like, I like
Yeah.
anything that's like, I don't know, an complete package, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I do, like, I mean, I get that people can be, like, hyper aware, hypersensitive. I don't know exactly what the word is, because I know that there's a specific word attached to what that is.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. To me, if it's food and it's touching, I'm like, I'm going to consume them both anyways. So it doesn't seem like a problem to me for them to mix. Especially because, like, for instance, In-N-Out. They have animal-style fries, but they also do the grilled, like, their caramelized onions in the burger, too. So, like, that idea of mixing in itself, but having two separate food items with the same thing on it, kind of trips me up, because I'm like, I'm just eating the same thing. I don't understand how there's a relative difference aside from the fries and then the meat.
Gotcha. Okay, well, like, what about this? Where you get a burrito from, like, a Mexican place, and then on the plate, they also have beans and rice. Where you have a bean, rice, and cheese burrito with beans and rice. Does that upset you?
No, I'm hungry. Yeah. I was like, no, that sounds good.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
Yeah, I think culture can also play a huge part into that, because like as a Latina, my food is always touching and mixing, and like it's always like you're gonna eat it with a tortilla with like you know the beans and the rice and the salsa and whatever else you want to put on top of it. So it's not, I think, growing up in that culture has never really affected the way I eat my food. yeah, because I think it's just like, just pack everything on the plate and just chow down, man. Like, it's, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so speaking of like backgrounds and memories, let's talk a little bit about foods that. I'm arranging the conversation. Okay, don't make fun of my hands, because this next thing you know, she's gonna like go like this and slap both of us in the face.
No, oh my gosh, my hands went this way when I did it earlier.
So, anyways, back to my little rearranging.
Your spew.
So, let's talk a little bit about food from the past. Things that we really associate with. That if we smell it, it's like, oh, that reminds me of home.
Like ratatouille.
Yeah. So, like, what's a dish that really like brings you back home?
Oh, that's a kind of a hard question to answer off the top of my head.
I'll say for me, it's
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Let me go first.
Go first.
I'll say for me, it's popcorn. Like anytime I smell popcorn, I always think of like the first like my childhood movie theater that I would go to, and then also just at home, because like we'd always watch movies and we'd always make popcorn, and it was like Orville Redenbacher or whatever, But like you just smell that butter, and it's like, man. I wouldn't have a candle of it though. That's just kind of like too far out there. But butter popcorn is a great smell.
People have candles of
They do.
popcorn.
And mac and cheese.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they have a mac and cheese candle.
No.
Yankee candle.
She goes, they do, and then she heard mac and cheese, and she was like, wait.
That
I
one
think
is
they have a
pushing it.
mustard mac and cheese scandal out there.
No,
too,
no,
so,
no.
There's
and
like
I'm
a
sure you can
line
make
that
it.
needs to be drawn,
Yeah.
but like mac and cheese and mustard are still in it. But like
But for
But
you.
you're
a
not
candle
gonna-
is
yeah, you're not
crazy.
gonna,
A
like-
candle's past.
right
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your
yeah,
nightstand, like
Yeah.
you're just like all the time.
That's
no,
wild.
That's foul. No.
I don't know. I think for me, I would probably say like cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
Any
mom would
specific
make
kind?
cookies, like chocolate chip cookies.
Gotcha.
That was
That's
like the
good.
go-to, and nothing special, not like homemade. Like, what is it called when you just like make it from scratch? Yeah, like not homemade, made
Okay.
from scratch cookies.
Just like Pillsbury.
Literally
Full
just
House.
Pillsbury
okay.
cookies.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. That makes me feel at home.
That's so
Gotcha.
nice, because cookies are so, like, comforting.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's just, like, such a wholesome type of smell to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bella. What about you change it up, and then how about like a smell that you just do not like?
Girl, I didn't even get to answer the other question.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already
A smell that I just don't like.
Yeah, you don't like. It.
You said it's already passed.
Yeah, like they're already uninterested. I'm just kidding.
Okay, whatever. A smell that I don't like. Honestly, I couldn't really tell you, because obviously my brain does a pretty good job of like blocking out things that I don't like.
Okay.
Like, it's such a firm, hard, like, you would have to shove it in my face for me to be like, oh, right, I don't like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
let's get on the subject of milk and pizza, since that's what started it. But milk and pizza, why does that disgust you so much?
Because the thought of having something that's really saucy and savory with, like, dairy, even though I know the cheese is dairy, but it's because those are two different things. Like, I'm drinking a liquid of milk, pure white milk, and then you tell me to eat a piece of pizza with sauce. And I like extra sauce on my pizza, so, like, that just sounded disgusting to me.
Gotcha. Okay. So, like, let's say spaghetti.
I think also the image was also like, it was
Like, you're
horrific.
dunking a slice of pizza in your
Oh
milk.
gosh,
and then you just,
no,
like,
yeah, no, this. Yep, yeah, no,
It's pretty,
no, no.
pretty graphic.
No.
Probably not good for podcasts.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So all right, spaghetti. So like you said, like saucy, like sauce and milk. Are you gonna have a glass of milk with your spaghetti?
No, why would I do that?
Okay, so that's where like you draw the line. Okay,
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
gotcha. Okay, now let's get back to your question about, or your answer for.
My, like, home,
Yeah.
what reminds me of home? Probably, it's typically like a chicken soup type of smell. Because
Okay.
my mom, she's just, like, really good at making soup. Like pozole and chicken and veggies, and it's just, like, really comforting. And especially because it's, like, completely just, like, all over the house. So I can even pick up the smell from my room. And I'm just like, yeah, she's cooking the soup. I know it. I know it. But the only thing that's a downside to that is that she can make soup during the summer too. And it bothers me because I don't like having something so hot
Yeah.
during the summertime.
Right.
Yes.
But what's weird is that if it's cold, I will get ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
I do that.
Gotcha.
I do.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't associate it with the hot, but with the cold, I'm like, yeah, just give me an ice cream. I don't care.
I don't do that. I'm just saying. Like, nothing against ice cream on a cold day, but it's just like I'm not itching to get some ice cream. Give me like a warm brownie or something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's because it's two different things to me. Like, soup is there to comfort me and make me feel warm. So having it in the summer, I'm already warm.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason with ice cream and in wintertime, I'm like, I'm cold, but I wouldn't mind having a dessert.
Gotcha.
That's where my mind kind of like switches them.
So would you rather be like in summer? Like, would you rather have a hot day than a cold day, or what? Like,
Yeah, I'd probably have a hot day just because, judging by even the way I'm dressed today, I'm very much like a spring, summer season.
Yeah,
Fall is
that makes
nice. Yeah. Winter is just like, I mean, I love to make myself abuelita, like a little nice pot of hot. Oh, but you know what? That's crazy because I can drink that whenever.
okay.
And that's hot.
Wait, no.
Like it's warm. I love to drink it in the morning as like a little like. I don't know, guys. We all have our weird, different little.
So
It's true.
Yeah.
I'll go as far as food, like weird foods. Since we're on the subject of soup, menudo. I've never been on board with menudo. Like, it's just like a little too slimy for me. Like the taste. I mean, I'll drink it, I'll eat it with my family, but I would prefer a tamale or like eggs or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the
Oh, yeah.
same. Do you like menudo?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. It's
I made a face as if I was like in love with it, and I was.
You were like,
ooh,
I was like,
I
what?
hate it. Yeah, it's just like,
No, yeah.
That's why I had to ask. I was like, no. It's like, aside from pozole, menudo is also up there with like a lot of soup, and it's just like I'm like, nah, I can't.
No.
I feel like that also plays into like tacos de lengua, which is straight up, no, it's not. It's not. I just can't. I can't. It doesn't make sense to me, and like. I'm also a big person about like fat and meat. I don't like fat and meat.
Me neither.
I don't like fat and meat. I'll say
No.
it again. I'll say it forever. It's just not the squishiness of the fat. It makes me uncomfortable.
I feel like a dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
I feel like I don't know. It feels wrong. Like I'm like,
it is wrong.
sometimes it's good to feel like a dog. Like, you bring out the dog in you.
Girl,
Like,
no.
Yeah. Like,
What?
there were some movies that I'd watch where like they would eat the fat to like prevent starvation. Like it was like super cold. It was like their last
okay,
choice.
but that's the difference between starvation and me.
Enjoying
Thank
the
God,
meal.
being able to willingly.
But it humbles you. You're just like, give me that piece of fat. I'm gonna chew on it because, like, you know, I know I'm in the trenches right now. Like, you gotta remind myself
Girl.
that, you know,
You need to stop.
nothing, nothing is guaranteed.
These are the
So
trenches. What do you mean?
chew that fat.
It's a little,
Message.
sometimes I get a little scared out here.
Okay. So I want to bring it back before we get too far in the food conversation and we just starve ourselves and start just chewing on fat. Let's
doing that.
dissect.
Doing that.
Yeah. Okay. They say that, but synesthesia. I don't think we've really defined what synesthesia is, so let's define that. Pull it up on my phone. So synesthesia is a neurological condition that causes involuntary sensory crossovers, blending two senses or perceptions. So two or more senses that are blended together is synesthesia, right? So whether that's your sight and your hearing, your smell, your touch, whatever, but one of those senses triggers the other.
I'm sorry,
like
dude.
ninja too.
Yeah. Right, because what you're saying is like if I taste something and then I think of a color, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's like go off of that. Are you guys? Do you guys consider yourself synesthesia?
I would say yeah. I would say yeah.
So let's
No.
On the
No?
subject.
I don't think so. Sorry, I
No,
know.
you're good, you're good.
I don't know. I don't think so. Like
Well, we're gonna find out.
maybe I can like imagine something. We should. Oh my gosh, yeah. How do we find out?
Okay. Let's find
Go
out.
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you both to give me something that smells yellow.
Something
Ooh.
that smells yellow.
Yeah.
Mustard.
Mustard. Okay. Easy one.
I'm
Right
back
there.
on the mustard
Yeah,
track.
mustard.
Something
gang.
that smells. No.
Something that smells yellow.
Okay.
Mustard.
Why do I want to say The ocean.
The ocean? Okay,
Yes.
that's what I was going to say. I was going to
Yes.
say sunblock smells yellow to me.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
Okay.
the ocean in general, like beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just beach
Yeah,
smell.
yeah.
Like that can associate yellow to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. But would you first think, like, if you're at the beach and you smell the ocean, are you like, oh, it smells so yellow today?
No,
No.
I don't think that way.
Okay, gotcha.
I think fishy, bitch.
Okay. She's got something else going on there.
Bro, what? Come on.
And it's perfectly fine.
Oh
because
my
we
gosh.
accept everybody here at the Talon. So our cameraman. Yeah, we don't accept our cameraman. That's the only person.
Our cameraman's a little. We love him. We love him. He's great.
Yes, shout out cameraman.
No one can't know who the
No,
cameraman
yeah,
is.
okay, we'll bleep that part
We'll
out.
bleep that part out.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, so, all right, moving on. What about something, let's say, music-wise? Is there a song that you associate with the color blue?
Billie Eilish in general is
Oh.
blue.
Okay, gotcha. Makes sense.
100%.
Not blue. I was gonna say jazz, but that's because I think I was thinking more of like the actual like blues.
Blues, okay.
Yeah.
Is there another color that you...
I associate green with like very instrumental, like Pride and Prejudice type of music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it makes me think of the fields.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, yes, green.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so you associate it
Good.
with like the imagery of
Yeah,
whatever that color is.
I was gonna say I'm way more of an imagination person. Like I have a very active imagination. Like if I'm like eating something or listening to music, I get ideas for film that I want to make.
Right.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it sparks your creativity.
It sparks my creativity, which is why I love to be able to work with music or with like just any like something that I can have visually just associated in my mind where my brain is just like going off. You know, okay.
Yeah.
Because this is always used as a meme, but you know that one scene where Robert Downey Jr. like makes Adams like go.
Oh,
go
yeah,
with-
yeah.
That's literally my mind. As soon as I hear something, my creativity just like sparks, and I'm like imagining scenes in a movie and dialogue and characters. So I'm very much a visual type of person than I am of like I associate a color with something. It's yeah.
Gotcha. What about you? Are you the same way?
No. No, I'm not. I see colors in like everything,
Oh, okay.
honestly. In people, like
Like an aura?
I would I don't know about aura, but I
Okay.
would say like
Like you just like think someone's really bright. You're like yellow or green or
Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
like I could like
Yeah, what's...
you're like you're yellow.
What?
Yeah,
You're yellow.
yeah, yellow for sure.
And you're like
Hey,
blue.
You give me more
You're
of a
blue.
green.
That's
You're
crazy.
blue green.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
blue.
yeah.
More blue than green.
Very cool. Yeah, because those
Yeah.
are my favorite colors. And then it's
Okay.
also like, you know how
Nice.
I'm a twin, so we were talking about that earlier, but my
Yeah.
brother would always wear red and I was choosing wear blue.
Oh,
so
wow.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
color
That's just what you
association.
give. It's just what you give.
What about you? What do you give?
I'm like orange.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's kind of fitting. I was gonna say purple.
A lot of people say purple.
Mm.
It's like purple or orange.
Okay.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe
It
like
depends on the day. It
Gotcha.
depends on my mood. Depends on what I'm feeling.
That's fair. That's fair.
very
but-
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to I guess the food conversation and milk and pizza, this person that we associate.
Always gotta
with.
go back to the point, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, just like what we've known so far with synesthesia and our topics on food. Like, yes, it's a little out there, maybe like unorthodox, but do you think that that has anything to do with synesthesia? Or do you think that's just like...
Honestly,
Taste.
I couldn't tell you. I think people just have like their own preferences, their own taste buds, whatever they think is better. Especially if you're like conducting an experiment of what you think is better, whether it's water or Sprite or how milk apparently helps whatever the pizzas go, whatever's going on over there. But I just like, I don't know. I feel like there is definitely maybe like a brain science behind people who are more willing to try things that are out there, quote unquote. I mean, to each their own, really. Like if you're eating whatever, you know. But yeah, like they're just like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it has to do with something that's comforting or you're just like, I'm okay and totally open to just try whatever. Like, I'm down to have my taste buds explore different flavors and kind of just like, how does that make me feel type of, you know. So I don't know. I think it's just like whatever.
Gotcha.
I agree.
You
I
agree?
think that, well, specifically milk and pizza, I think that that's such a comforting thing. Like, I think that's why I'm so open to trying it in the future, is because it just reminds me of like a hug. I don't know why.
Which is
like,
crazy,
is that
but
weird?
okay.
Like, is that
Yeah.
weird? That makes
Yeah.
so much sense in my head, though. Like, milk is comforting, and it's like, it just reminds me of like a creamy pasta. Like,
I was gonna say like
milk and pizza.
and then the cheese, and then
exactly.
there's like some weird link there where it feels
right.
warm.
Yeah.
It feels good.
So I was gonna say, like, you know, as far as memories go, because I think like when you, like, for me, I associate milk with milk and cookies. So like that's where like the hug part is, the warmth of it, and then pizza I associate with parties or like going over to a friend's house. So combining those both, maybe you're getting both of those satisfactory memories. So I could see how it works. Am I still gonna try it? No, probably not.
No, definitely not.
But I don't blame the person for liking milk and pizza for sure. And I will say that I do have a crazier taste than that, like a food option, and it's really good. So it's white bread, specifically white bread, pickles, mayonnaise, and peanut butter.
You lost me. You lost me at white bread, first off. I'm definitely more of a squaw bread kind of girl.
Squaw bread.
Squaw bread is so good.
Wait a minute.
Gotcha.
Wait, run that back one more time. White bread.
Okay.
Mayo,
Pickles.
pickles.
Oh, mayo.
Mayonnaise
And then peanut butter. Are you okay?
So
I think we need to address you too, because that's crazy.
So I didn't think of this combination. Someone else thought of the combination. I think like it comes from Minnesota or someone in Minnesota. I don't want to give Minnesota that bad juju.
That rep.
But anyways, someone found this recipe. It was brought on the show that I watched.
A recipe?
Yeah.
I think that's worse, making it a recipe. How to make pizza and milk.
So
That's crazy.
But even though it sounds gross, I highly recommend you try it at least once, because it will satisfy like every taste sensory when you try it. So
I'm thinking a different podcast episode. We are going to have to just like bring
Try
on these.
it.
just try
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
Yes.
now I'm intrigued.
Me
I'm
too.
intrigued. Do I want to do it? No, my stomach is squeezing now as we speak, but it sounds interesting.
I feel like there should be some tuna on there for some reason.
Because of the mayo and the pickles?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the peanut butter for sure.
No.
Yeah. No, yes. It
No.
makes sense. It does.
No,
I'm
don't
open
ruin
to this.
tuna
Next
for me
episode,
like
we're
that.
trying that. Next
Yes.
episode.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But who's prepping that? Because I don't want to prep.
This one here.
I'll prep it.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay.
He
yeah.
has the recipe.
Mhm. Yeah, I got all the right pickles, all the right.
All the
peanut
right
butter.
pickles. Okay. Pickles are not like my favorite, so
Oh.
it's already kind of
Oh, you're already yeah.
yeah. No.
And mayonnaise too, probably not.
I like mayonnaise.
Okay.
Mayonnaise is chill. It's whatever.
Sure. Okay. Well, maybe stay tuned for that recipe in the future.
Yeah.
And a milk and pizza party. That's about it. That we can talk about all that. So if
Yeah,
you
I
wanna-
think honestly, guys, if you have crazy food suggestions, please actually give recommendations to the Talon, because we will probably try them on this podcast.
It's true.
You know, we got a couple people who are open to trying different weird food combinations. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have a whole bunch of different awesome topics that we will be talking about this semester. If you have ideas too, please feel free to email the Talon about them. This was Bella,
I'm Lauren.
Eddie.
and thanks for watching the episode. Bye.